I think the biggest thing that we want to focus on is build on the positives of the good things that our team did in the last game. You know, competitive spirit, did a lot of good things in terms of being able to pass the ball effectively in the game, make some explosive plays. You know, defense did a pretty good job for the most part. So, you know, obviously, you know, there's things that we need to work on, and we want to be positive about how we fix those things in the future so that we can continue to progress as a team. You know, Arkansas is, you know, really a good team. They've had some really tough games, some really close losses, but they've scored a lot of points. You know, KJ Jefferson is a really good, big-time quarterback, big guy, hard to sack, can run, very talented arm. You know, Sam does a great job with these guys in terms of their ability to run the ball, whether it's quarterback runs or whatever. They play very aggressively and very well on defense. We got good specialists, really good kicker. You know, got a good running back. I mean, this is a good team, and I don't think we should be looking at their record and making any kind of judgments on, you know, what they're capable of, because they're capable of scoring points and they're capable of playing really good defense, and they're a very well coached team.
We'll start here with Charlie.
Hey, Coach, just what have you seen from the growth of your defense and its ability to not only adjust but kind of respond at halftime?
Yeah, well, you know, the defensive players have played hard. They've been a really, you know, solid group from an attitude standpoint, and you know, they practice well, they try to prepare well, and you know, they played well together and done a good job of minimizing mental errors. We didn't have a lot of mental errors in the last game. I mean, Terrion got kind of thrown in a bad spot with minimal reps when Malachi went down. So, but other than that, you know, the guys have been really doing a good job of preparing and minimizing mistakes, and hopefully we'll be able to continue to do that.
Stay up here with Nick Kelly.
Yeah, halfway through the season, how would you evaluate the job that Tommy Rees and Kevin Steele have done as coordinators?
You know, I'm not going to publicly comment. You know, we're happy with the coaches that we have, and we're always trying to get better. We're all working hard together to try to get better, trying to figure out, you know, what's the best solution to help our team grow and develop, whether it's, you know, style of play, doing more things that they're capable of doing, you know, trying to minimize the negative plays. And, you know, I'm pleased with, you know, the effort that everyone is giving and trying to give input to fix those things. Everybody's responsible for a better way. So if we have deficiencies as a team, you know, that's kind of on me.
Go to Katie on the left.
At the halfway point of the season, you have as many interceptions as you did all of last year. Just what do you think has led to the increase in interceptions so far on defense?
You know, I think we've done a good job of pressuring the quarterback. I think the pass rush has been good even when we only have 4 guys rushing. And I think, you know, that has affected the quarterback to some degree. I do think that, you know, our guys all have good ball skills and they all play the ball well in the air, and I think we play the ball with more confidence. So that's, you know, something that we, you know, really like to see in all the defensive backs that we have. And, you know, hopefully we'll be able to continue to get turnovers, because that's going to be, you know, huge for us in terms of being successful in the future, is having a successful turnover margin.
The middle with Matt.
With the new offensive coordinator at Arkansas, how does their offense look different this year?
Not a whole lot. You know, they have a really good system, a really good scheme. I think they do a great job of utilizing the players that they have. You know, the quarterback runs are always, you know, something that's adds another layer of focus that you have to be concerned about on defense, which they're really, really good at. They have great play action passes. They can throw the ball down the field and make explosive plays. There's not a whole lot of difference between, you know, what they've done in the past and what they're doing now. I mean, some little things, but you know, they've been very productive on offense. So we're going to have to
right with Aaron.
To the untrained eye, Deontay Lawson looks like he's playing at a really high level. I guess from a coaching perspective, how would you describe his play this season?
You know, he's played really, really well. We really miss him when he's not out there, when he missed the game. Leadership is great. I think helps everybody else play better with his communication, signal calling, and you know his performance has been very good. You know, he's a very conscientious guy that is a good athlete and has the ability to make plays, but he's put himself in the right place to do it because he's so conscientious as a player.
Go to Chase on the left.
Was the difficulty to run the ball Saturday more about Alabama's own execution, or was Texas A&M making a commitment to stop it?
No, I think it was a combination of both. I think that, you know, we mis-ID'd some plays in terms of who we were blocking and where we were going to, and, you know, I think we missed some things on some of their stunts and pressures. You know, their front seven is really good, and we had some other plays that, you know, if we finished blocks, we'd have had much more productive plays. So we got to do a better job of finishing. But we also knew that, you know, going into the game that it was going to be tough sledding up front, and we were going to have to be able to throw the ball effectively, and I was very pleased with that part of it. Still got to work on protections, but on how we protect the quarterback.
We'll go to Mike Rodak. You didn't have one? Okay. Cody, right there, right next to him.
Curious how you thought Jaden Roberts play and what that means for the offensive line moving forward.
Yeah, well, Jaden, you know, I love to see guys like him who have worked hard for 2 whole years, and in his 3rd year, you know, gets an opportunity, especially in home state, to go out and play. The guy has, you know, a good physical presence. He played hard in the game. You know, it's really tough when you have a guy that practiced all week and then he's not able to play in the game, and then the next guy's got to go in and he didn't have the same opportunities to prepare. But, you know, I thought Jade did a pretty good job of managing it and handling it, and, you know, played with a lot of grit, determination, and toughness, and executed fairly well.
Stay in the back with Ryan.
Coach, with the quarterback Jalen Milroe against Texas, when he threw that pick, it seemed like it didn't go like it went this weekend, where he threw the pick and he bounced back. He said he's growing every day, and that's what he said after the game. Are you seeing that?
Oh yeah, absolutely. And I think the big thing that you know, we've tried to continue to get him to understand is you got to keep playing the next play. You know, there's not always going to be perfect plays, but whatever happened in the last play is a learning experience for you to grow and get better and focus on what you have to do, you know, the next play. But you cannot allow one play to affect the next play. And that's something that I think he's learned and doing a lot better, staying much more positive, you know, on the sidelines, communicating really well with his teammates and the coaches in terms of what he saw, what he didn't see, what he needs to do to get it corrected. So I think that's, you know, something that comes a little bit with experience, but I think it also comes with awareness, and I think we're making good progress in both areas.
In the middle.
Coach Jermaine Burton had one of his best games, his best game of the season. What's allowing for his success in the field?
Yeah, well, you know, Jermaine has got great ability. We want to, you know, sort of keep him focused on doing the things that he needs to do to be consistent, you know, in his performance. Fundamentally, just keep working on things like, you know, he runs good routes. He's got great ability. He's got really good hands. You know, ball security, you know, things like that. Not getting too emotional in the game where you make bad choices and decisions. So, you know, some of those things are just things that we continue to work on, but we're really excited about the game that he had, his performance, what we can build on with that. And I think he's learning that, you know, you really don't want to do anything to help the other team. And he's done a lot to hurt the other team, so let's don't do anything to help him.
2 more. We'll wrap up. Jamie and then Kirk.
Coach, can you kind of talk about Caleb Downs and how he seems to embrace the pressure of being a DB in the SEC?
Well, you know, I don't know that pressure is something that goes with being a DB or at any position, really. You know, it's a matter of Caleb has played really well for us. He's, you very mature. The guy really pays attention to detail and does a really good job in preparation. Wants to know what he's supposed to do, how he's supposed to do it, why it's important to do it that way. He's got great football instincts and savvy, so he kind of understands what the other team's trying to do, which I think is important as well. So he's done a good job of that. And I don't want any of our players to feel like they have pressure to play at their position. I think when you prepare well and you're confident and you have poise and you're focused on execution, that shouldn't be an issue. I mean, it should be positive energy and attitude to go forward, and those three things to be able to be successful.
We're finishing here with Kirk.
You mentioned being positive in correcting mistakes, and I wonder about penalties. If there's a positive way to correct it.
Well, we had 9 pre-snap penalties in the game, and I think a lot of those were created by, the fact that we had trouble clapping in the game because of the noise. So we went on silent, and when we went on silent, the guard taps the center. And as soon as the guard tapped the center, they'd stand and move the front, which is not illegal. It was perfectly a good thing for them to do on their part. And we had numerous times where guys flinched, because when you go on silent, there is no snap count. One of the advantages of playing offense is you know what the snap count is. So you know when you get off the ball. Well, when it's so noisy, you have to go on silent. You lose that advantage. And if we're going to do that in the future, we obviously need to practice it more so our players don't get spooked by moving defense because everybody's got to, sort of go on the ball. So we had 14 penalties in the game. 9 of them were pre-snap false start penalties. So are they correctable? Absolutely. How much was created by the atmosphere and environment, and our choice to try to go on silent, that became a little bit of a problem for us in the game.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.